and gentlemen, boys and girls, hustlers, makers, and content creators, welcome to the only live stream on planet Earth dedicated to mobile content creators and mobile YouTubers. Today I'm answering your mobile creator questions and mobile YouTuber questions. And you know, if you do have a question, head down to the description. I got a link down there. It's going to open up a form. Drop your question in the form. It's going to help me keep everything nice and tidy in here to make sure that I get your question. Of course, you still can ask questions in the chat, but I can't guarantee that I'm going to see them because this thing gets spinning really fast and all of that good stuff. And before we jump into anything, I want to thank the I almost called them a fine phone folks, the fine, kind folks over at TubeBuddy. For sponsoring today's show and making it all possible. TubeBuddy is the #1 browser plugin and growth app for YouTubers. If you're serious about your YouTube channel, and I know 98.2% of you in the chat right now are serious about your YouTube channel, you're going to want this app if you don't have it. You're going to want this browser plugin if you don't have it. Link in the description below for that. And by the way, if you're watching this on the replay, thank you. If you have a question, you can go down and underneath the video, leave your question as a comment, and I will come back and I'll answer it there. How's everybody doing? How was your week? how's your weekend going? I see the gang is all here. Doug Houston, YT, Crypto Cruising. What is going on? Beanie Draws. Yeah, 92.8, and that's a stat you can't argue with. Listen, when I drop stats, there's no arguing with the stats, especially with numbers like that. Matt Hayes, how's it going? Midnight Madness 4x4. What's up? SK, Canny, Savage, Wolf 180, Ultra Vlogs. Brother, I'm sorry, I can't read your Arabic name, but how you doing, man? High five, I'm glad you're here, brother. Mark Decker, the man with the hat, how's it going? Sam, I am legend, the Kathy of all trades. Danielle's channel, Isaac's LOL, Wrestling with Kobe, I run Post, the Predictor. Everybody's here. Thanks for coming for the live stream today. Again, I'm going to plow through as many of these questions as possible. Mike Phillips is in here winning as usual. Mike, we had to hide the wheel. Actually, the wheel's right here. I'm not going to lie. The wheel's right here, and it's actually turning right now, like an Inception top. It's starting to spin, knowing that you're in here ready to win. Gabe Prado, how's it going? Beauty family, how are you? VIP man, YT, what's up, brother? Man, I'm glad you're all here. I'm like super excited. King Master, what's up, man? I'm going to jump right into these questions. Hey, Lil Hartling, how's it going? Malaka M, hello. How are you? Yeah, I'm gonna jump in these. I'm going to smash through these questions today. I'm fired up, ready to go. Moderators, do your thing. If people are unruly moderators, give them a little smack on the booty. Hey, Dr. Stin, how's it going, brother? And you know what? We're just going to kick this off because when Dr. Stin comes in, you know what time it is. It's time for, and I just realized I need a sound bite for this. I need Mike Russell to do like a meme of the week, courtesy of Dr. Stin. Boom. Those of you who don't know, I also double as an ab model. That's me, developed abs with my brother Nick. We've got awesome abs. Hey, Matt, how's it going? Just so you know, if you're wondering how you can get abs like that, pizza. Lots and lots of pizza and a fence. Just shirt off, lean against the fence. Boom, you're good to go, Dr. Stin. Thank you. Hey, Christina, how's it going? Neil can do Neil can do a sound bite. We need a nice sound bite for that. I need to think that one through, but I need it. I'm an ab developer. There you go. All right, first question by the way, should I jump into the questions or do you guys want to talk for a bit? You guys want to talk amongst yourselves? Want to talk about anything? Or hey, Alex, how's it going, man? Wonder if I'll ever be a mod. D-Stream. Hey, man, this we're piling up. I love it. Questions. All right, we're going to get to it. I was stalling to see if you guys really wanted me to get into the questions. But I'm going to burn through them because these things are actually piling on fast. I want to make sure I burn through them. Okay, Isaac, LOL, early bird, says, do you think if I show my face, I will get more subscribers? Like if I talk in my videos? Okay. There's no guarantee that if you show your face, you are going to get more subscribers. However, it is something that you should definitely test. Make a couple of videos, show your face, talk, do your thing, let people see you for what you are and how you interact with the camera, and then make a couple without it and go back and test and look at your audience retention and see if people are falling off. 2 times Johnny, I'm not on drugs, I'm on coffee and Gatorade. I'm on sugar and caffeine is what I am. No, I'm just fired up, man. This is like the most Saturday and Sunday nights I get to come on and go live, cutting the caboose. What's going on, Danielle? Cheer loudly at 8 p.m. each Saturday to fool the neighbors into thinking you have won The lottery. There you go with your life hacks right there. And here's the funny thing. My neighbor, our neighbor here in the studio, right next door, they can hear everything. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but occasionally when we're streaming, they'll beat on the wall, bum, 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 bum. And they'll say, keep it down, and they beat on the wall. So if you ever hear like a low rumble, it's my neighbor. Danielle, thank you so much, love, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at VidCon in just a couple of weeks. Who's going to VidCon, by the way? Who is going? Yes, I did the times, Johnny. Of course I said thank you. Come on now. Hey, Eric, wait, how's it going? Who's going to VidCon? If you are going to VidCon, type in VidCon right now. Hey, what's up, Nick Nimmin? You have a familiar last name. Are we related? Not me because I'm in the Philippines. Hey, we're in Thailand and we're going to make it. Okay, so I know Nick is going. I know Danielle's going to go. I know RPM Nexus. I know at one time you were talking about going. Alex might go. Vid Summit again. Yeah, make it to Vid Summit for sure. Cutting the Caboose is going to Vid Summit. There you go. All right, now I am diving on into the questions here. Question number 2. Wait, didn't I already answer that? Did I answer this already? Hold on. Okay, live streaming question. Isaac again. Do you think live streaming can bring more subscribers and views? Again, this is going to be something that you just have to test out to see how it works on your channel, to see how your community responds with you doing live streams. They may or may not subscribe to you because of it. You may or may not get views because of it. However, I will say this, generally speaking, people don't get a lot of longevity with their live streams unless you make it short and sweet, kind of like a training, and you record it like you're making a video. But if you're doing like a long, I forgot to see what you're making, if you're doing gameplay or something like that, you might get a couple of views later, handful of views, but it's generally not going to bring a lot of views after the fact. Live is really good for just live interaction, building relationships, getting to know the people in your community, doing Q&As, letting them get to know you, let them know that you are jacked up on sugar and caffeine and all of that good stuff. Car Galaxy Studios, what's going on, man? Dorothy White T, how are you? Leela, fashionably late as usual. We were waiting for you to arrive before we kick this off. On to the next question. Oh, this is a long one. The Predictor. D, I'm about to do a live stream in about 7 hours from now with my mobile. Okay, good luck, dude. For the past 2 hours, I'm facing a problem with my microphone in the Streamlabs mobile app. Whenever I use the voice recorder, it catches the sound without any noise, but when I use the mic in Streamlabs mobile, I'm hearing some noises. How to fix this? Man, unless I'm like hands-on with your current setup, I really don't have an answer for you. However, if the noise you could be hearing, it could be the background noise because Streamlabs has an audio on and off. If you're using a mic, try turning that audio off, or there's going to be a little microphone icon. Tap on that to turn off audio, and that should turn off the microphone that's on your phone just in case that it's overriding and it's also picking up the microphone and something that's coming on the phone. But man, unless I'm hands-on to that, I'm really not sure. You could restart everything, unplug everything, put it back together, and fingers crossed it's going to work. Man, I wish I had a better answer for you, but I need that stuff in my hands to figure it out. Next question from REB. He says, do you recommend uploading daily 3-minute videos or weekly 15-minute videos? Again, this is going to have to be something that you're going to have to test, and you're going to have to see how your audience responds. I could make daily 3-minute videos. I could just brute force upload, but if people are not responding to those videos, then it does no good whatsoever. However, if I did one great video per week or one great video every 2 weeks and it just kicked total butt and tons of views, tons of subscribers because I did everything right, the thumbnail is hot, the watch time is there, people are sharing it, then that video is off and running. Right? You're going to have to test it and see. But what you want to do is test both of those strategies and then go into your analytics. You have to learn how to read your analytics. You have to learn how to look at your audience retention. You have to see what's working, what's not working. And the only way you're going to find out, man, is if you test it and see how it responds on your channel. But I will say this, if you are uploading a lot, if you're going every day and you're testing this out and you're not getting a response, then you need to stop, slow down, and re-strategize what you're doing, because brute force uploading for the sake of brute force uploading, that's not a solution. That's not going to get you where you want to go. You need great content. You need to be strategic about how you're putting your videos together. Station Paints says, I need to talk to you about a problem I have in person. Dude, that's awesome. If you want to talk in person, I'm in Chiang Mai, Thailand. I would love to meet you at Starbucks for a coffee. Station Paints. Hey, Heidi, how are you doing? Hope you were doing well, Heidi. Archie D. Arts, how are you? Hold on. Christina says, don't have the word naked. Hold on, you had me at naked. Hold on, I got to go back and find the question here. Don't have the word naked in your title. I just learned that. I'm going to guess, Christina, that they nailed that video and they put an age restriction on it. Is that what happened? By putting the word nude on there? Hey, Paul Peck Drywall, what's up, dude? Tweeted. Yeah, guys, if you haven't tweeted this out yet, if you haven't shared this stream out, go ahead and share this out on your favorite social media platform. I'm the most active on Twitter. By the way, thank you for 2,000 followers on Twitter. Much love. Thank you so much there. I will be pulling up my phone later and retweeting. And if you guys want to take any weird pictures while you're watching, not too weird, Christina, while you're watching the stream, go ahead and tweet those out. I'll be pulling the phone up later. Christina says, yes, yes, and it's a legal term from Louisiana. There you go. There you go. So again, if you're just coming in fashionably late and you do have a question, go down into the description. I got a link down there for asking questions. Yeah, things just got weird, as they usually do. A Sunday stream would not be a Sunday stream unless something got weird. All right, next question. This one comes from Alex Talks. I have a problem with my iPad Air 2 and I can't update my software. Do you know any way I can contact someone, or do you know what to do? Yeah, every now and then I've had a couple of my iPads have a problem where they would no longer update as well. It could be that Apple is no longer providing updates for your device. Wherever you are in the world, I would go to an authorized an authorized Apple dealer and have them take a look, and they'll be able to tell you within like probably 1 minute what's going on. Daniela's channel. Next question. Why am I getting so many subscribers but poor views? That's a great question, Daniela. I hope you have not engaged in sub for sub, but by quickly looking at your channel, it looks like you're doing some shout out videos. That's not sub for sub, but a lot of people might be coming to subscribe to your channel because they want shout outs. It's not sub for sub directly, but people want that attention. Hey, I'll subscribe. I'll get a shout out. Maybe it will help my channel grow. So if you're doing shout outs a lot, which it looks like you have done it a handful of times here, I would definitely stop doing that. You know, like the Let's Network videos, grow together, that sort of thing. You're going to have people who are coming in because they want to grow with you. They want to get shout outs, but they're not really interested in your comment or in your content. Now, having said that, it's perfectly normal to have a lot of subscribers and not as many viewers. For example, I'm almost 37,000 subscribers, and yeah, some of my videos are way beyond that. But when a video first publishes, that first 24 hours of my video, you know, I'm going to get 1,000 views, maybe 2,000 views that first 24 to 48 hours, even though I've got almost 37,000 subscribers. And then if you go in and look at your analytics and you look at your percentage of subscribers who are watching versus non-subscribers who are watching, you're going to have a larger portion of non-subscribers watching your video. For example, I have 80-something% of my watch time comes from non-subscribers. And that might be like, oh my God, that's horrible. No, it's not. That's actually a good thing because that means YouTube is showing my content out to other people. If you only had your content shown to your current subscribers, you would never grow. So you want YouTube to show your videos out to as many non-subscribers as possible to have them come in and look at the content. Costume Co says, it's early in the stream. Get your questions in now and Dee will likely get to you. Yep. Christina says, my channel is 81% non-subscribers and views. Yeah, let me see if I can get my phone in here 1 second. And I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. I've been having a problem getting my phone connected, so let me see if I can make this happen here. 1 second here. Subscribers. Okay, this is exactly what I want to show you right here. And this is inside of the YT Studio app. Every single person in here should have the YT Studio app on their phone. And this is what I'm looking at. If you go right to the top, watch time from subscribers, 81.4. So Christina, I'm right there with you. 81.4% non-subscribed, 15.4% subscribed, and 3.3% unknown. That's fine with me, because that means YouTube is showing my content to a huge amount of people who are not yet subscribers. And at that point, it's my job to convert them into subscribers. Now, if you find that this is turned backwards on you, if you find that more subscribers are watching than non-subscribers, my guess is your channel is not going to be growing if that's the case, because it's not showing your videos to new people. So you want to flip that around. You want to flip it. You want a larger number of non-subscribers. Next question. This one comes from Matt Hayes. Good evening, D. Good evening, Matt. I hope you're doing well. I'm about to hit 300 subscribers after 4 weeks of creating content. Awesome, man. A lot of that is down to tips and advice from you and Nick. That's awesome, dude. I have some questions for later, but I just wanted to thank you for the endless help you give thousands of content creators. Dude, on behalf of both my brother and myself, we're both happy to help. We love doing this. We're happy to help, and we love seeing people grow and hit their milestones and succeed on whatever social media platform they're on. So congratulations. Next question. What? Okay, this one comes from Matt Hayes again. I just bought the 2019 iMac for video editing. Is iMovie the best software, or should I invest in Adobe's editing app? It depends, man. Like, what are you doing with your content? iMovie's a great app. It's a great software to learn on. And if you're doing basic edits, if you're doing jump cuts, you're not doing anything fancy, iMovie's fantastic. But if you're wanting to get more into filmmaking, if you're wanting to get more into advanced editing, advanced transitions, then I recommend that you step up and look at maybe like Final Cut Pro or Premiere. But you can definitely start, and you can stay on iMovie, right? If all you're doing is like YouTube stuff, you're doing talking head, you're doing jump cuts, nothing fancy, iMovie's gonna take care of you. Moving right along to the next question. The man with the hat says, is live streaming really beneficial? I can't do it from my computer due to a very poor and restricted upload speed. I've had more success with my iPhone using the YouTube app, but after studying yours and Nick's live streams, they don't really seem to get that many views to justify it, or do they? Okay, here's the thing. If you're thinking about getting into live streaming, and this applies to anyone in here, live streaming doesn't necessarily mean that you're live streaming for the views. Nick and I both, we don't live stream for the views. Because if you compare a video, let's say I have one of my best videos, let's say, how to edit videos on the KineMaster app, for example. That's going to be evergreen content. That means that this video, for as long as KineMaster's around, is going to continue to drive views to my channel. It's going to continue to drive watch time to my channel. It's going to continue to give me subscribers, because it's going to be a video that's going to be around for a very long time. Live streams, unless they're recorded like a video, something short and sweet, 20 minutes, maybe it's some live training, maybe you're shooting it exactly like you would with your video, but it's live and you have some crowd interaction, some audience interaction, then that might get some legs on it. If you title it correctly, you get a good description in there and a good thumbnail. But in terms of, hold on, what was it? Hey, save like a pro with Leah. How are you doing? But in terms of just views, no, you're not going to get a lot of views necessarily during live streams. And that's okay, because what you can do with live streams, one, you can build awesome relationships with your community. You can get to know the people. They can get to know you. You can get super chats if you want. You can get a lot of watch time for your channel. This is where live stream really comes in handy, besides building those relationships and getting to know the people in your community, is you get a lot of watch time. So if you go live for an hour and you get, whatever, 50, 100, 200 people in your live stream, and a lot of them are hanging around for even 10% or 15% or 20%, that's a lot of watch time that can pile up. But that's not why we do it either. We love answering questions. So I know, if I remember correctly, you're a metal detector channel. You go around and you find things with your metal detector and you dig up treasures and that sort of thing. For you, it would be beneficial maybe to do Q&As. Maybe there are people who are wanting to get into metal detecting and they have a bunch of questions for you. Now, like, one-on-one, they can ask you your questions. You can give them direct answers. Maybe they don't understand it, so you can find different ways to answer their question, and that really helps build a nice community and build those relationships. Hey, Debbie J, how's it going? Hey, Felixima Highway, how are you? But views? Nah, not really. I mean, you can go back at anyone's channel, any normal channel, look at their live streams versus their videos, because the videos keep giving. Live streams they still give, but it's slow. Next question from Ultra Vlogs, who says, okay, this is a personal question. Why did you want to become a YouTuber, and what gave you the idea to make a channel for teaching people about how to start a good channel? I want to know because I always thought why you did. You want to help us, and you help us a lot. So thanks. I really own you. You owe me. Now, you don't own me, man. Nobody's a boss of me. Come on. Except for my girlfriend. I really owe you, and keep up the good work. Okay. Great question. I started a YouTube channel because I saw how much fun my brother was having with his YouTube channel. He was having a blast, and he was like, man, I'm meeting all these great creators. I'm talking to these people and meeting all kinds of new friends. And, people are like me, that we think alike. They're into cameras, they're into gear. And he was having a blast. He said, you should get into this. And I already come from a production background. So the tech side of it wasn't that difficult for me. It was just having to put me in front of the camera. That was new, but I just wanted to have fun. I wanted to do something. That was different than what I was doing. I was kind of getting that creative itch again, because I sold my business. It was a production company. Sold that business. I was getting that itch again, and my brother was like, "Yeah, man, do this. It's great." So here I am. In terms of why, hold on. Oops, I think I closed it. Yep. So that's why. And what gave me the idea for teaching people? Man, I went through a bunch of different ideas. I originally thought that I was going to be a travel vlogger until I went on a big epic trip. I went to Nepal, and I shot 2.5 weeks worth of content. I brought it all back, loaded it into the computer, and it was just this enormous amount of content. And I said, there's no way, man. This isn't efficient. I don't want to have to look through all of this content in order to make my videos. And it was just a bit overwhelming because I didn't categorize things right. I didn't organize the shoot correctly. And I just thought, you know what? I don't want to go on every vacation and have to worry about shooting on the vacation. I just want to enjoy the vacation. So I didn't become a travel vlogger. And I'm kind of glad. And then, when it comes to mobile, this has everyone's attention. Everywhere you go in the entire world, people are sitting around looking at this. So it's kind of a no-brainer for me to do something with mobile. Heidi says, Nick, are you hanging out at a coffee house right now? He could be. He's probably hanging out at the 24-hour Starbucks. Hey, Mike Van Doozy, how's it going, dude? Next question, and I need to read through this because it's a lot. Okay, this is from Malaika, who says, as from the 11th of this month, I will have been trying to upload a new video on my channel, and it loads up until 99%, and then it gets stuck on processing. It did the same thing for more than 5 times. I thought the problem was with our Wi-Fi, so I tried to upload the video with my mom's account, and it worked. Okay, so, it's possible that your upload is going, maybe your mom's channel is older, your channel is older. I don't know. It's possible they're going up to 2 different servers. It's possible there's just really bad timing. I would reach out to Team YouTube on Twitter, @Team YouTube. Tell them what's going on. They might tell you to restart your computer or something like that. But I can't troubleshoot something like that, what's going on with YouTube servers. I do that as well. Sometimes I upload something, it gets to 99%, and it totally craps out. In fact, everyone in the chat right now, if you've had problems ever uploading your YouTube videos where it gets 90, 95, or 99%, and then it doesn't go any further, just type in yes right now. I'm curious. Hey, Star UK, Star TV says, where is 24-hour Starbucks? Star UK, 24-hour Starbucks here in Thailand, where we're at. Yeah, I'm going to guess that it's going to be an overwhelming yes in the chat right now of people who've had problems uploading. I know I had a problem probably 6 months ago. I couldn't upload a video for like 3 or 4 days. It just wouldn't happen. I mean, you know, imagine how much content is being uploaded to YouTube. I mean, wow, look at all the yeses coming in right now. Except for XProxFN. No, he's the loner. Doug, come on now. Well, because you're in Australia. They know better. Okay, next question. Okay, this is a great question. This one's from Canny Stuff, who says, how do you make your videos look more professional? I'm going to look at your channel really quick because I want to know, do you mean professional as in business or professional as in just more produced? Let me pull your channel up here real quick, how to edit them into YouTube. Okay, so you're doing how-to content. You're teaching people how to make things. So the only videos that I see on your channel right now, you are not in the videos yourself. It looks like you're just doing mobile tutorials, and that's fine. So if you want to make everything look more professional, what I recommend that you do, if you put yourself on camera, is make sure you're lit well. Make sure you are lit well. It's not too harsh. It's not too low. You don't want to have it at a certain angle or a certain brightness where it's not flattering on your face. If you do have a light, diffuse the light. And by diffuse, I mean soften the light. If your light's really bright, you can bounce it off a white ceiling, bounce it off a white wall. You can get a big piece of white foam core or white poster board and bounce it off of that onto you. Anything you can do to diffuse the light, to soften the light, it's going to be more flattering on your skin. But light first and foremost. Second thing, clean up your room. Make sure that the set that you're shooting in doesn't have, you don't want dirty clothes running. Who has dirty clothes running around? If you've ever had dirty clothes running around in your house, no, you don't. I mean, Doug probably has dirty clothes running around. Hey, Tim Yonsei, you don't want to have dirty clothes laying around on your sofa. You don't want pizza boxes sitting around unless maybe you're doing a pizza channel, right? So Debbie J says yours are grounded, right? So clean up your room, make it presentable. Set up your camera. Let's say you're going to film on the sofa, on the couch for you Americans. Set up your camera on a tripod, look in the viewfinder and say, okay, I'm going to sit down here. Look around and say, what's messy? Do you have a bunch of cables hanging off the table over on the end table? Clean them up. Do you have a soda can sitting on the table? Clean it up. Clean the room up. Now, if you're not going to show your face, if you're not going to show anything other than the mobile tutorials that you're doing, one thing that you can do is go over to my channel, look at my mobile tutorials. I use like a wood background and I put the phone on top of that. You can do little things too, like it's the details. Everything's in the details. For example, let me pull this up really quick. So when I pull my phone in here, okay, like this is how you see my phone. And I've got two different crops here. This is how you see my phone. And you think, okay, that looks good. But what you don't see is, look at this. You see, if I turn the image off, that's what really comes in with the phone, right? When I'm capturing the phone itself, this is what comes in. But I take a transparent PNG image and I load it on top, and then I layer it on top of that image. So when you see it, nobody thinks about it. Nobody for a second thinks about, oh, okay, wow, you've got layers on there. No, they just think, wow, that looks cool. You got your phone on there. It's those tiny little touches scaled out across your channel, you know, lots of little touches here, lots of little touches there. Those are the small things that can make your videos look professional. And then of course, your audio. Good sounding audio. Well, audio in general is 50% of the experience, right? So if you've got music, if you're doing vocals, 50% of the experience is audio. So make sure you have a microphone. Learn how to use the microphone. You don't want it too close. You don't want it too far away. You want it placed just right. So trial and error and get your audio sounding good. So that's how you're more professional. If you're talking about business, which I don't think you are, then go follow Sonny Landerduzzi or somebody, or Amy Landino, or somebody who's doing more business stuff. Next question here. How do I get subs? From the Mocker. The Mocker says, how do I get subs? You get subs the same way. Hey, view this. You get subs the same way you get views, and that's by making great content. You have to make content that people want to see. you have to make it so that people can find your content. That's where you learn how to make a great title, right? You can use TubeBuddy for that. TubeBuddy has a great tool called the Keyword Explorer that can help you craft a great title. You have to make great thumbnails, right? Titles and thumbnails, that's everything on the front end, right? Titles, thumbnails, and description, but you need great video as well. Once they find you through the title, once they click through the thumbnail, boom, they got you on video. This is where you have to wow them. And then ask them to subscribe and give them a reason why they should subscribe. If you're just saying, hey, subscribe to my channel, they're probably not going to subscribe unless they really like your content. However, hashtag Quiznos. What is going on with the Quiznos? Man, I would do terrible things right now for Quiznos. Just saying. So one of the things that I'll say in my videos, I'll say, if you want to learn how to make content with your phone or be a mobile YouTuber, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, followed by the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. I tell them, if you're this or if you're that, go ahead and subscribe because it lets them know what my channel is about. Yes, no begging, please. Doing it with Jason. What's up, dude? I have not seen you in here in quite some time. I hope you were doing well. I hope you haven't sawed off any fingers. Hope you still got them all. Why are we talking about Quiznos? Like, this is going to bother me. We've got a Quiznos conversation. Quiznos. Man, Quiznos, they make the best sub. Here in Thailand, we've got Subway. And truth be told, I only eat Subway when I'm slumming it, right? When I have no other choice. When I'm in some country and they don't have like a civilized sub place like Quiznos, I'll stoop down, right? I'll lower myself, you know, to savage level, and I'll go to Subway. Why are you talking about what is going on with Quiznos? God, I love Quiznos. Subway is heavenly. Nah, man, Subway is for savages. Can we just get like a hashtag Subway Savages? Hashtag Subway Savages. Because that's what you are if you're eating Subway. Oh, YouTube recommended this. Yeah. So, Joakim Martonson says, YouTube recommended me this. Okay, so let me tell you what's happening here. Joakim, and I know I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I help mobile content creators and mobile YouTubers. So if that's what you do, if you make content, shoot videos or shoot photos with your phone, or you're a mobile YouTuber, then this is a Q&A live stream. You can ask questions. I have a form down in the description for that. Drop your question in there, and I answer your questions. But in between those questions, I like to jump into the chat and have a little fun, and we keep this kind of loose. It's not too serious because we like to have a good time here. Go YouTube, right? But if you are a mobile content creator, man, welcome. Subscribe to my channel. I can help you make better content. I can help you learn how to YouTube with your phone. Just hit that notification. I got lag stream. Yeah, sometimes we get lag. It happens, man. It happens. Next question. This one comes from JG Gamer. Says, how can I get good quality videos on my Samsung phone? Good quality videos on any phone. The best quality is going to be from the back side. The back camera is going to be the better quality camera in most phones. But I will say some of the newer phones, the new Samsungs, the new iPhones, the new Huawei's, they've got great front cams as well, but the absolute best one is going to be the back. If you do it with the selfie one, I mean, that's fine. You can do that, but it's going to be a lower quality. Make sure you're lit well. Phones, they have some tiny sensors inside of these phone cameras. They need light. That's why if you shoot outside with your phone or next to a window, you look a lot better than if you just shoot in a room with a room light. It's going to be dark and grainy because the phones need a lot of light. So light yourself up, and if you can, shoot with the rear-facing camera. But if you're outside, the selfie cam's going to work. Thrifting Adventures says, I'm a mobile content creator. Just started. Thrifting Adventures. High five, man. Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to mobile content creation. It can be a lot of fun. Let's see. This one comes from JD Janglin 124. Cool name. Says, can you tell me the best apps to record videos? Do you mean to like a camera app, or do you mean like a screen recorder? So if you can let me know in the chat right now which one of those you're looking for, I'll be glad to help you. But I'll tell you, for screen recorder, look at Mobizen or AZ Recorder. If you're looking for an actual camera, you said you're on a tablet, I would look at something like OpenCam. If you're on an Android system, Open Camera works well, or just the one that comes with your tablet. Thrifting Adventure says, should I do a live chat? If you want to do a live chat, hey, Tech Spotter, if you want to do a live chat, I think you should definitely start doing a live chat. You don't have to do an hour-long live chat. You can go live for 15 minutes. Go live for 10 minutes. Go live for 20 minutes. Just kind of get your feelers out there, because I will tell you this. If you are going live from a computer or from a mobile device, you're eventually going to run into technical problems. You have to learn how to keep the flow going. You got to learn how to keep speaking. You got to, right? Like your brain is thinking one thing while your mouth is thinking another. You have to keep it going. You have to keep it going. And that takes practice. When you first start, you're going to have a lot of downtime. You're going to have a lot of awkward silence like this, right? Nobody wants that awkward silence during the live streams. And you want to watch out for things too. You don't want to say things, whoa, sorry about that. When you're speaking, you want to be mindful of things like ums and ahs and, so here's what you do. And the next step, right? A lot of people do that. Just be mindful of those things. So you've got a lot to learn for going live. So the best thing you can do is to start going live. And don't worry if nobody shows up. Do it for the replay. If you can go live for 10 minutes or 15 minutes and you can keep it going, you can keep people, even if there's no, well, just talk to yourself, talk to the camera, look at the lens. Don't worry about if people show up or not, and just be entertaining. Just be yourself, just put it out there. Now, it is important if you're just getting started to have some sort of show notes. You can have something written down on your phone, or you can have a piece of paper, have several bullet points of things to talk about. So if your brain just kind of turns off, or you start, you get a little panicked, and you're like, oh, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? Because when you hit that live button, sometimes your brain can kind of freak out at first. You can refer to your paper or your phone, and you have the bullet points of things that you want to say. You don't have to script it out, but just have some bullet points that kind of put your brain back on track. The Beatrice says, I'm doing a 3-hour live stream. Right on, man. Live streams are fun. They're terrifying at first. For those of you who are live streaming, were you terrified when you first started? Type in yes if you were terrified when you first started live streaming. I'm going to type in capital yes right here, because I was terrified when I first started live streaming with my brother. Beanie says, the problem is I often forget what I'm saying mid-sentence. Yeah, so do I, Beanie. And the best thing you can do, Beanie, is to live stream more often, right? The more you do it, the more you're going to exercise your brain, right? You're going to train your brain to keep going. And if you do forget what you're saying mid-sentence, that's fine. Just own it and laugh about it. Those of you who have been watching my streams for quite some time, you know that I often I'll space out. I'll forget what I'm saying midstream, and I'll absolutely just own it and laugh about it and move on. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. So it looks like a lot of people were terrified when they were getting started. Hey, Ghost Dog, what's going on, dude? Fly Ride, what's up, man? Fly Ride says, I'm oddly comfortable streaming for hours. I am now, but I wasn't at first. And the weird thing is, I spent a good 10 years of my life playing as a musician. I played tons of concerts, tons of shows, and I've been on stage. I've been in front of thousands of people, lights on me, right? I'm a bass player. And I was so comfortable there, I was in my element. So I thought, okay, when I started live streaming with my brother, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be like that, just that live thing. And I didn't really think about the cameras on me. That's a totally different thing. When I have to speak directly to the camera and give you the eye contact and assert my dominance. No, when I had to give you the eye contact and I have to stay engaged with you and I have to keep speaking, that's completely different than playing music. I mean, maybe if you're a singer, maybe you can relate, right? If you've got the microphone, you're out front, you're singing, you've got to always keep that going with the audience. But for me, as a bass player who usually kind of stood off to the side, and now I've got to just have this direct contact with the camera all the time, that was tough for me. That was really hard, and it took me a while. It took me several months to kind of build up my confidence to where I didn't worry too much about it. And now it's just like, hey, let's do this. I come in here. Oh yeah, Bali is so beautiful. Dude, I just got back from Vietnam. Nick and I were just talking yesterday about what we're going to do, if we're going to swing by there or not. We're trying to decide. Tube Techie, what's up? Yeah, welcome to Asia, man. Nikias, if this is your first time to Southeast Asia, dude, welcome. And Bali is exceptionally beautiful. If you haven't been to Ubud yet, Ubud is gorgeous as well. All right, I'm jumping back into the questions here. Next question. Hold on. This one comes from AD Guy, who says, earlier, did the views count when we went back and forth to reply to comments, as YouTube has updated a new version for responding to comments within the YouTube app? Did the views count? AD Guy, I'm not 100% sure I understand your question. You're asking, did the views count when we go back and forth in the comments because they updated a new version? I'm not sure, man. Hit me up. I know we've talked on, I believe, on Twitter, or hit me up and kind of clarify your question. I'm not 100% sure what you're asking. Okay. Law Enforcement Explains asks, when should you add background music to your video? Great question. Who uses music in their videos? If you use music in your videos, say yes. I used to, and I might go back to it. I'm curious to see who uses music in their video. Leela does, Doug does. Okay, Fly Ride, I know you do. Yes, there we go. Hey, Roger, Expert Plumber says, I hit 4,000 today. What? I can't type much driving through Kentucky. Man, I got family in Kentucky, Roger. You mind stopping by and giving them some hugs for me? Can we get a congratulations? Can every single person in here, I think there's, how many people are watching right now? I'm not even sure how many people are watching right now. There's 95 people watching right now. Can we get every single person in here to write congrats for Roger? That is so awesome, Roger, man. Very proud of you, brother. Can't wait to see you again. Dude, you're cruising. You're absolutely cruising, man. I love it. Congrats. Here it comes. Congrats. There it goes. Awesome. So back to music. When to use music. You can use music at any time in the video. However, when you speak, make sure you lower the music because you don't want to compete with the music. There's a thing that some software has and some apps have, like LumaFusion. It's called audio ducking. Audio ducking, like duck, duck, goose, right? And what that will do is it automatically lowers the audio level every time you speak. So if you're watching, say, a vlogger, and they've got B-roll happening, and they've got the music turned up, and they got the B-rolls moving around, the music's jamming, and then they start speaking again, the audio is going to drop, and then you can hear their voice, you know, clearly over the audio. And then if they stop speaking, they can raise that back up again. But here's what I want you to do. Hey, beautiful queen. Here's what I want you to do. If you are putting music in your videos, which I think you should try it, put it in about 10 of them, and then start looking at the stats. Go into your audience retention and look at it and say, okay, when I add the music, does anything happen? Do people leave? Does it level out? Are they listening to the music? Because the choice of music that you use, and this is important here, you need to know who your demographic is. You need to know who's watching your videos. So if you are playing the wrong type of music to the wrong type of demographic, I mean, not everybody's going to like your music choice anyway, but say you have an older group of people, right? Say you have my age, like there's certain, like, you know, I can't stand dubstep, right? So let's say you start playing dubstep music in your videos and people my age and older are your main demographic, we're probably going to tune out. So look at your demographics, see the age range, and then start testing out some different music. Hey, Grabster, or shall I say Graham Stern? Thank you, RAB, man. Much appreciated. Yeah, I mean, I like rap music, but you know what I mean? Certain demographics, they don't care for that stuff. So if you're going to use music, test it out. Test it out on a couple different videos. Test different styles of music. And go in and look at the graph when you play, okay, I started the music here, and if you notice that people are leaving when you play the music, then I would remove the music or change the music and then test that, or maybe lower the sound of the music. Something that I did, I found early on, hey, Marble Skits, I found early on Satina loves to read. How are you doing? Naptural Lasaria. You have a very difficult name. I apologize if I said that incorrectly. Absent Rule. What's up, Joe? Something that happened with me earlier on, Dream Allures, is I noticed that when I removed music, that my audience retention was better. Some of my earlier videos, you're going to see that I had music, right? I had music playing, and then I just, for a test, I'm like, I'm not going to put that in there. And then it kind of helped my audience retention. But then I added music back and it kind of hung there as well. So it could have been, again, this is like testing. Everything's about testing. You have to test absolutely everything, even stuff that you think might not matter. Like this can't possibly matter. Test it because it might matter. But what could be the problem? Now, in my case, music might not have been my problem. My problem could have been my earlier videos just weren't edited well enough. I didn't put them together. Maybe the way I was speaking to the camera wasn't convincing enough. They didn't like me. They didn't like whatever I was doing with the video. There are a lot of variables when it comes to putting a video together. So it's possible that I was the problem. It might not have been the music. It just could have been coincidentally when I decided to test taking the music out that I was a little bit better in front of the camera. I was a little bit tighter with my editing. So I'm going to run some tests here in the near future where I'm going to put music back in, and maybe here in a couple months we can come back and talk about my experience with music at that point, because I've got my editing down now. I've got my presentation down, good enough anyway. So now's a good time for me to go back and test. Hey, Creepy Dan, test the music, and I'm absolutely going to share that with you if you remind me, if you bring this back up in a couple months. Beautiful Queen says, I record from my phone. I don't have expensive equipment. Your phone is all you need if that's all you got. If you just want to get started, grab your phone, start making content. That's what my channel is all about. I've got videos to help you through the entire process. Hey, Sandy Spring, how you doing? Patricia G, Nose to Toes, great name. I hate background music. Okay, this is great feedback. Okay, let's just get a yes or a no. Let's just get a yes or a no. Who dislikes music in videos? Who dislikes? If you don't like music, type yes. If you dislike music in your video, because we already had somebody come in and say yes. So Josephine dislikes it. And I'm real curious to see what everybody says. So some of you say yes, most of you say no. Yeah, I love music too. I love music too if it's the right music. Depends on the video. So we've got a mixed bag here. Everyone digs different stuff. That's right. No need music loops. Why, people? Yeah, right. So we've got it. I think we're definitely heavier on the no side, but it looks like some people, they don't like music in their videos. So keep that in mind, right? You might have 5% or 10% of your viewers who just don't like music. That's why testing is very important. You know, start that music track, like start your video and then maybe 30 seconds in, maybe start playing the music, or start right at the beginning and then do some videos where you don't put any and see if there's any difference in the drop off. Test it, test it, test it, test it. You got to test all this stuff all the time. Any idea that you have, you just got to test it and see how it works. All right, next question, because we're getting way off base here. This one comes from Shy Guy 64 Gaming. How to work Streamlabs completely from my phone. Okay, this is a topic that's way larger than I can talk about here. I do have a video on my channel about getting started with Streamlabs, and Doug Houston YT, he also has a fairly recent video where he went in a little bit deeper into Streamlabs. I've got an updated version of mine coming as well, so go watch both of those videos. Doug, if you want to say hello so they can go over and watch your channel, please do that. No, sorry, bro, dude, that's a great question. But yeah, watch the one on Doug's channel, and you can also watch the one over on my channel. We go over different aspects of Streamlabs. There he is. There's Doug. Shy Guy, Doug just posted right under. You go to his channel and look at his recent Streamlabs video. He walks you through. I think he goes a little bit more in depth than I do on mine. Next question. Old Man Joey'd says, so my channel got suspended. How to restore old videos? Why did your channel get suspended? Was it community guideline strikes? Was it copyright issues? Are you... Yeah, it looks like you've got some profanity on here. Yeah, in terms of how, I would say, because I don't know why your channel got deleted, reach out to Team YouTube on Twitter, at Team YouTube over on Twitter, and ask them the same thing. Say, here's my channel. Videos got suspended. The channel got suspended. How do I restore old videos? Because I don't know what happened. I don't know. It could have been copyright issues where those videos are just gone. I don't know. You didn't say. Next question, and this is a long one. Okay, so this one comes from Anime Melancholy. He says, I would like to ask if writing a script really helps a lot, but when I try to do a voiceover in a video, it usually sounds like I'm straight up reading a book. Are there any tips on how I can improve this habit or a workaround? I have wrote a script of 2 to 3 pages, so I can't memorize it. Any tips on how to increase the personality trait in the video? For me, it's just usually voiceovers. So the first thing that I would ask you is, do you have to read a strict script? What I do, I write bullet points at best. Sometimes I don't write anything at all. But what I'll do is I'll get a piece of paper and I take a Sharpie and I write down the key points that I absolutely want to touch on. I want to touch on this point. I have to say this. I have to say this. Or if there's a technical aspect that I want to get right, I make sure I write that down with a Sharpie. And then as I'm recording, I record in clips. Now, if you're doing voiceover work, and I know if Crypto Cruising is still in here, he's doing voiceover work as well. But one thing that might help you is instead of trying to sit down and record the entire thing, which is going to be really difficult to do because then it will sound like you're reading. Think about, okay, Christina, so if you want to give some advice for using scripts, go ahead and type in your advice, Christina. I'm sure they would love to, anyone writing scripts, I'm sure they would love to hear your advice. The bullet point on the scripts. So what I would recommend is record in shorter clips. Say, okay, I'm going to read a paragraph, or I'm going to read a couple sentences, and then I'm going to hit stop. So you can look at those sentences and you can probably memorize a sentence or two and then just record them and just say them with your own personality and then hit stop. What's going to happen is you're going to have a ton of clips. Hey, Jay Littman, how's it going? You're going to have a ton of clips, but you'll be able to put them together. If you've ever seen any videos of musicians, singers or rappers in a studio, it's really rare these days that anyone just comes in and just sings the whole song or raps the whole song. They might do a couple words. They might do, one line. They might do one verse, right? They just do bits and pieces of it, and they build the song out with lots and lots and lots of different takes. So because I don't do scripts, if I were going to do that, that's how I would do it, unless you're Eminem, right, or Jay-Z. Hey, J Real Slots, I appreciate you too, man. The man with the hat says, D, can we see your current streaming setup? Okay, so right now, I am using Streamlabs. I'm on a computer, and I'm using Streamlabs software. I'm using one camera right here, and I'm using Elgato Stream Deck to do all of the camera switching that I've got right here. Now, when I pull my phone up, where is it at? When I pull my phone up, and I just unplugged it, way to go. I'm using, let me get this up here. I'm using the HDMI to Lightning port on my iPhone, and this HDMI cable is going into an Elgato Cam Link. That Cam Link is going into the computer, and it's coming in as a video source. Now, I also have an Android setup. Oops, what just happened here? I've got an Android setup. So if I want to show either one of these, I have a similar setup for my Android, but it's not the actual HDMI to Lightning port. It's something that's made for Android. Now, if you want to do this on a phone, my exact setup here is a little bit more complicated to do it on a phone. However, if you've got a tablet, it is a lot easier, especially if you've got an iPhone or an iPad. Then you can use something called Switcher Studio. Switcher Studio, let me see if I've got it in here on this one. One second. Ooh, they just got a new version. So Switcher Studio looks like this. And the way it works, let me see if I can log in. All right, let me not show you my password. Give me 1 second here. Let me log in and show you how this works. Now, it works a lot better on an iPad because you have more real estate to work with. But on a phone, everything's more condensed. But hold on here. Hold on. I should have been already logged in, but it's not. Give me 1 second here. Come on, come on, come on. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me. There it is. Okay. So when this comes on, you have the choice. Now, this is where this shines. For iOS users only currently, say you have 2 iPhones or you have 3 iPhones, you can use one of them as a camera switcher, and then you can use the other 2 as cameras. Then you can choose the source. So if I want to use this as a switcher, then I tap on that. And then what's going to happen is it's going to open up its own interface. Right? So this is what, okay, this is the camera. Whoa. And it just went out. Awesome. Hold on, I'm having connectivity issues. So that's the camera that's filming me. This is, right, and there's my little bobblehead Boba Fett. Coolest thing. If the office were to catch on fire, I'm grabbing this in my Stormtrooper helmet and my Mandalorian helmet, and I'm running out the door. Okay, so the way this works, oh no, you can't see this, can you? Oh no, I want you to see this, but it won't show it. Oh, this is too bad. Why won't this show it? Give me a second here. There it is. Oh. Here and there. See, you see it showing up there and all these little buttons. Give me a second here. Live happens, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if it will show. No, it's not showing. And there goes my iPhone. Okay, we're going to do it this way. My apologies. Okay, so the way this works, you see all these little buttons on here. So you've got the camera, and then each one of these buttons, you can tap on them, and it's going to do something on the screen, right? So I can turn this on and off, and you see that it's going to disappear up there. So you can build up your scenes, right? And you can do lower thirds, you can add things, you can switch cameras. So if you have multiple cameras, they'll show up as camera sources down here, and you tap on them, and then it actually triggers that camera in here. So as you're streaming live, the only thing that's being pushed up is whatever you're actually tapping on. This is an amazing, amazing, amazing app, especially if you want to do camera switching and do multiple setups and do lower thirds and that sort of thing on the fly. It's called Switcher Studio. And had I known I was going to pull that up, I'd have been a little bit more prepared for that. My apologies. I was trying to do like a live on the fly thing there, but it didn't work out so well. I'm having a problem. So for those of you who do connect your iPhone to your live stream, this little device right here, this is a legit one from Apple. This isn't a third party. This is causing me a lot of problems. It keeps disconnecting. And just the slightest wiggle and it will disconnect. I'm not sure what's going on. These things are expensive too. I don't know why why it's happening. Apps at Roll says, D, is that hardwired to show, or is that Bluetooth? My iPhone and the Android, they're both hardwired in. I'm using Elgato cam links through HDMI to pull them in. Next question. Let's see here. Let's see what your question is. Okay, this one is from V Cloud Info. They say, what are your thoughts on using search as the major driver for traffic? Smart home channel making cruise videos, for instance. Man, I'm all about search. My channel is all about search. What search is great for? Search is great for, you're doing was it home? Sorry, home. Smart home channel, right? So you could make evergreen content, and that stuff's going to just continue to drive views to your channel. Think of it as like pillars, right? Search gives you tons of pillars that hold up your channel when you have successful videos. All of my, hey, I missed a super chat. Okay, thanks Heidi. All of my videos that are driving lots of views and lots of subscribers to my channel right now, it's all through search. Every single video that I make that's driving lots of traffic, lots of subscribers, it's all done through search. And what you can do as a smart home channel, you can just own. You can own anything for the smartphone device or the smart home devices that you're building. Just think of different ways to phrase your title. So if you have, let's just use a light, some sort of a smart home light. There's going to be all kinds of different ways that people are searching for that light, how to do this with it, how to do that with it. Get on YouTube, go into start searching for the thing using keywords. You're going to see the drop down with these phrases that people are actually searching for, and then just start making multiple videos solving problems on what you can do with those various products. And over time, you're going to have a large library where any time that somebody's looking for any of those things through search, if you've done it correctly, you're going to own those spots and you're going to continually pop up. And over time, those are going to drive huge amounts of views to your channel. I mean, my channel is built on that. That's my goal. I want to build everything on search because search keeps giving if you do it correctly. So yeah, all about it. All about search. Okay, next question. What? Not even sure what that means. All right, skipping that one. How can I grow my general subscribers and views? Same thing, man. This one's from Jay Gamer. Man, you got to make great content. You got to write great titles. You got to have great looking thumbnails. You got to write great descriptions. Every single person in here is like, hey, I want subscribers. I want views. First of all, I'm going to tell you, stop focusing on subscribers because you're focusing on something that isn't that important. Focus on views. Focus on building a community around your channel. But think about how I can write great titles. What do I need to learn? Who do I need to follow? Go through the YouTube Creator Academy. Go follow Brian G. Johnson. Go learn how to craft great titles. Install TubeBuddy. You learn how to use the TubeBuddy keyword research tool. You know, you have tools at your disposal. You got to learn how to build those skills, learn how to use those tools so you can write great titles. Same thing with your thumbnails. You got to learn. You got to put in the work. You got to learn how to make great thumbnails. You got to test them, and you got to look at your click-through rate. Okay, what's my CTR? Are people clicking on this? If they're not, then you got to remake it. And just through trial and error, you will get better. So will your videos. And with that, it's going to come views. With the views are going to come subscribers. If you get great at writing titles, you get great at making thumbnails, you get great at making videos, you won't have to worry about subscribers or views. They'll come because you're doing everything right. Hey, Scrap and Pallet Man, how's it going? And Heidi says I missed a super chat, so let me reload here. See what's going on. What have I missed? Matt Hayes, thank you, man. Much appreciated. Jesus, take the wheel. All right. The next question. This one comes from Isaac. Says, I test a lot of games on my channel, and I think 2 games are good on my channel. Should I do both or just 1 game? That's entirely up to you. I know some gamers, they go all in on a particular channel, and that can build a very active audience around your channel, right? You're on that one game. Everybody's into that one game. And then there are other gamers who'll do like an 80-20 rule. 80%'s this game, 20%'s this game. Whatever you do, if you are focusing heavily on one game, I would just always be prepared for a pivot in case anything happens with that game and you need to change directions. I would focus on, okay, if I'm starting a gaming channel, I would focus more on me, the gamer, and less on the game that I'm playing. I mean, I would give people the tips. I would give people things that they wanted to, I would teach people how to do things with the game, but I would try to build a community and I would try to make it more about me as a gamer instead of the game specifically. That's what I would do. Mike, I didn't know you had a gaming channel. That's awesome, man. Because think about this. If the channel's about you and secondary, it's about the game. And this is just what I would do. Secondary about the game. First, it's about you. that means that the people would get to know you. They would get to like you, your personality, how you do things, how you interact with them. And then if the game changes, yeah, you'll lose some people, but it's not going to matter as much. It's not going to be as painful if you have to pivot or if you just change and do something else, because the people are there because they like you as an entertainer or a creator or whatever it is that you're doing on your channel. Mike says, yes, it's been so minimal. So I'm going to try to get my iPhone back up and running here. So bear with me. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I need to reconnect this thing, iPhone cam link, because I want to, wow, this is so weird. My cam link completely died on me. Yeah, this is the thing about going live. When I was talking earlier about you have to learn how to do these things when you're live streaming, because this stuff happens, right? If you're just starting out as a live streamer and you start having these technical issues, if you're not used to it, if you're not, if you can't keep your cool when you start having all these technical issues, it can be overwhelming. But by repetition, by solving the problems, like when something usually happens here, 9 out of 10 times, I know exactly what it is. I know what I have to do to fix it, because it's happened so many times. Like you saw, like I didn't freak out, right? Things broken, things didn't show up right. Okay, whatever. I just keep talking and do my thing. The more you practice that, the more comfortable you get in front of the camera. When you're live streaming, then it just doesn't matter. So I just want to see if anybody's giving any love right here. Pale Rider, look at that, driving while watching the live stream. I don't know how safe that is, but that's pretty rad, man. Thank you. Jackie, man, thank you for the share. Doug Hewson with his beanie, though I got to say you don't wear the beanie as, actually I'm lying, dude. You wear the beanie much better than I wear the beanie. Thank you, Doug, man. Much appreciated, brother. Ghost Dog, thank you, brother. Much appreciated. Beauty Family, thank you. Josephine is eating M&Ms, as one would do with M&Ms. Thank you. Let's get out there. Little Heart, thank you. Stephen Ocker, thanks, man. Much appreciated. Of course, my bro, The Predictor. Thank you, man. So I retweet the pictures. Can't pronounce your name, but thank you. Mike Phillips, Matt Hayes, thank you, man. Much appreciated. So if everyone who's shared this out, thank you. I hope you've given this a thumbs up as well. So I'm going to jump back in and answer some more questions. Pale Rider says I was parked at a truck stop. That makes me feel better, man. Thank you. Thank you. All right, next question is Wrestling with Kobe. Says, hey, D, thank you for workshopping the value proposition yesterday. Can you look up my channel art with the new value proposition? I'm not going to pull it up, brother, but I will take a quick look really fast just to see what you did here. Wrestling with Kobe, the Smackdown on Wrestling. I am going to pull this up, dude, because I think you did a good job here. So 1 second. See, I lied. I'm going to pull you up. Wrestling with Kobe. Wrestling with Kobe. C-O-B-Y. Let's find you. Wrestling with Kobe. Here you go. So we worked shop yesterday for Kobe. Boom. Wrestling with Kobe. The Smackdown on Wrestling. I like it. You've got the ring up in the corner. You got the microphone over on the other side. Right? You're talking, like you're letting him know you've got a voice. I love it, man. Good job. Good job, Kobe. The Smackdown on Wrestling. And people who are into wrestling, that's a key word that they're going to recognize, and they're going to appreciate that wordplay. Good job, dude. Hey, Life with Low, how you doing? Did I pronounce your name correctly? Life with Lowy? Is it Lowy? Just joining. Live Indian Gamer says, what's the best video editing app for Android? I'm going to have to go with either KineMaster or Power Director. Lowy. Okay, thanks, Lowy. Thanks for stopping by. Next question. And by the way, for those of you who are just joining, if you do have a question about YouTube, mobile creation, not like building your mobile phone, but like being a mobile content creator or being a mobile YouTuber, in the description below, I've got a link to a form. Hit the link, open the form, drop your question in there, and it's going to help me get through all the questions. It is a first come, first serve, and there's still plenty of, ooh, man, it's adding up. Yeah, I can probably take a couple more. So if you got a question, now is the time to add it to the list. Next question. Hold on here. Make sure I read this correctly. Okay. This one's from Tim O'Laughlin, who says, how to reach out an app for sponsorship. Are you asking how to get a sponsorship from an app? I have grown to over 1,000 subscribers using your strategies. My thumb hurts. Thumb exercises, brother. Thumb exercises. I use InShot, and I would love to get an affiliate or sponsorship with them. People haven't been asking me what software I use, so I thought I'd be doing them a solid, but I cannot reach them through the regular tactics. Any and all help and advice would be helpful. Okay, so if they're not responding to you, if you are making... Hold on, just finish the last video before we go. Okay, right on, man. Right on, Neil. If they're not responding to you, if you've reached out to this company and you said, hey, by the way, first of all, if you have reached out to the company, make sure, send them your demographics. Let them know who's watching your content. Let them know what kind of views you're getting. Let them know, you know, are you mostly male? What part of the world? Are you mostly female? What part of the world are people watching from? Give them your demographics. That's the kind of stuff that they want to know. So if you're reaching out to them and they're not responding, you've emailed them, you've reached out on Twitter or wherever it is you try to do, they're not responding. It means that either A, they're not interested. And in that case, keep doing what you're doing. If they're not interested now, it doesn't mean that they won't be interested later. Make your content so good that they can't ignore you. You might have to put in a lot of work. You might have to make 50 videos or 100 videos. But if you're making great InShot tutorials, great example is Daniel Battelle. I know a lot of you are familiar with Daniel Battelle. If you are familiar, say yes. Say yes if you know who Daniel Battelle is. Daniel Battelle is getting known as the Filmora guy because almost every single video that he makes is about how to do something on the Filmora video editor. Almost every video he makes on his channel. So what's happening is because of this, like you can't, I don't know the details of what's going on, but like he can't get denied. You know what I mean? Like they're not going to deny him if he's going to work with them. They've probably reached out to him already because he made so many great videos that they're going to notice him. So when he first started out, if he just made a couple of videos and his channel really wasn't there yet, well, things have changed now. Now he's built a community. Now he's being known as the Filmora guy. So Filmora, there's no choice but to recognize him and to have some sort of a dialect with him. That doesn't mean business is going to happen, but it means that he's in a better chance to negotiate with them and try to have some sort of a deal put together. Second thing I would say is if you can go to mobile events, find out what events the brands that you want to work with go to, be it VidCon or whatever, you know, some Mojo Fest in Ireland, wherever they go. Follow them on Twitter, see what they're doing on Instagram. What events do they go to? Build your portfolio up, make it as good as possible, and go speak to them at the events, right? Nothing, and I mean nothing in the entire world is going to beat just reel-to-reel FaceTime with people, sitting down with people who are reps for the companies or who own the companies and building that relationship with them. Even if you're not ready yet, you'll get to know them. They'll get to know you. So when you get to the point where you are ready, you know the person, you know who to contact, you've got their business card, maybe you've got their personal email. So it takes a while. I had a second thing I was going to say. I forget what the second thing was. That was like a long thing, but patience, man. Make more videos, get better at it so they have no choice but to find you because they see their stuff. I'm sure they go on YouTube and they search for their own content and they want to see what's out there. Eventually, if your content is good, if you're getting the views and you're getting the engagement that they want as a company, because each company is going to have their own limit. Okay, we want a certain amount of views, we want a certain amount of subscribers. Everybody has their own amount of thing, and you don't necessarily have to be a big channel to get that. But be undeniable. Be so good that they have to find you. They have to recognize you. And be persistent. Just be persistent. I will say this, though. If you're just going after one app, I would go after multiple apps. Because it's possible, it's very possible that this particular company, maybe they don't sponsor people. You don't know. So be all over their social media. Go all over YouTube. Find out if they are sponsoring people. They might not. V Cloud Info says, would you make a video that was not in your niche if you knew it would be would you make a content that was not in your niche if you knew it would be evergreen? No, I don't think I would, and here's why. If you make a video on your current channel that's going to be evergreen, but it has nothing to do with your channel, what you're doing is you're going to drive lots of views to it. You're going to have lots of subscribers who are going to come because of that video, but there's no other video on your channel that's going to be relatable. So they're going to come for that one video. And then if they subscribe and you start giving them different content, like, hey, I know you came for this. I know you came for this, but I don't do this. I just did that one video. This is what I do. I do this instead. Imagine if you go to a pizza, and this is, I'm just winging this analogy here. It's probably not going to work. Imagine if, like, everybody knows a pizza place. What's your favorite pizza restaurant? And if you don't eat pizza, mods just block everybody who doesn't eat pizza. But for those of you who do eat pizza, what's your favorite pizza restaurant? I'm going to have to go with like Little Caesars probably in the US, right? Little Caesars. Let's just say Little Caesars for me. I'm curious what you guys have. Pizza Hut. You see where this is coming. Papa John's. Papa John's is good. Oh man, Papa John's. Papa John's is going to be my number 2. But I like Little Caesars because it's cheap. All right, so now imagine hey Andrew Can. So imagine, you know these brands, you know these pizza places, right? These restaurants. You've been going there for years getting the pizza. Right? Here it comes. Pizza Hut or Little Caesars, right? Another Little Caesars. And then you show up one day and you're like, hey, we're not doing pizza anymore. Now we're doing hamburgers. Or now we're doing chicken. Now we're doing chicken sandwich. We've changed. We're doing chicken sandwich now. You're like, whoa. I come here for the pizza, right? Now, that's not the best analogy, but the point is you went there for one thing, and then they changed, and they said, hey, we've changed our menu. Now we're chicken sandwiches. And unless you like chicken sandwiches, you're probably not going back to that restaurant anymore. Same thing can happen with the content. Hey, PUBG Monster, how's it going? Same thing can happen with content. If you are giving people this sort of content over and over and over, and then you give them something else, they go, whoa. And this is the problem with variety channels, is because you do a little bit of this, you do a little bit of that, you do a little bit of this, you do a little bit of that, and it's hard for people to lock onto that one thing. Hey, Reaction Reaper, how's it going? Another perfect example, Dr. Sten, who's in here right now, YouTube and this is unrelated to the audience, but YouTube thought that his channel was about rappers, and I forget what the other thing was, but it was a rap channel. Same thing happens. Yes, exactly, Nick, exactly. But once YouTube figured out what his channel was about, he's off and running. He's on fire right now. Totally unrelated, but I saw him post, and I just had to say that because I just think it's so awesome that YouTube finally figured out what his content was about. So Nick and I, we went to a restaurant repeatedly. They made these wraps, like these vegetarian wraps. You can get like sweet potatoes in there and corn and broccoli and nuts and all this stuff. We've been going there for a while. One day we show up, they completely changed the menu and they got rid of everything, all of the stuff. No sweet potatoes, no broccoli, no nuts, no everything that we wanted. They completely changed the menu. We both put the menu down. We left. We bounced. Yeah, right? YouTube is starting to think that Sten's a rap god. That's right, Andrew. Andrew, man, I'm looking forward to seeing you at VidCon. It's coming soon. It'll be here before we know it. So anyway, yeah, man, that went way too long. But I would not make a video, even if I knew it was going to be evergreen, if it had nothing to do with my channel. Because you're bringing all those people in, and they're not going to be interested in your other content. Focus, clarity. Okay. This is kind of a wide open question. Actually, it's too wide open. I can't answer this. Sorry about that, buddy. This one comes from Football Fan 123. Man, haven't seen you in a long time. It says, hey, Football Fan 123 here. I wanted to ask you what your thoughts are about streaming instead of making videos. What do you think is better for grabbing new viewers and subscribers? Let me go back. So I believe you're a gaming channel. I mean, streaming is great. I know there's a lot of gaming streamers in here. If you're a gamer and you're in the chat right now, say yes. Gamers represent. Let's see how many gamers are in here. I know there's usually an army, a small army of gamers. Hey, Sparks Family TV. Andrew, I always forget you have a gaming channel. Wait, somebody has a camel? Does somebody have a pet camel in here? All right, so there's a lot of gamers in here. And there's a lot of gamers who are doing live streams. And to answer your question, should you live stream or should you make videos? Man, as a gaming channel, I'll be honest with you, I'd have to look. Are you making long videos? Are you streaming for hours? Are you doing 20-minute streams? I'd have to dig in. If you want to hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Instagram. I believe we're connected there. We can talk there. I can look at your channel a little bit deeper, but without digging into it to see what you're doing, I'm always going to say videos are probably going to produce better for you long term, because if you title them correctly, you have a good looking thumbnail on there, and it's shorter, more consumable, then people are more likely to come in and watch your content. A live stream, especially if it's a long live stream, you know, like Nick and I do, you know, 4, 5, 6 hour live streams. Here on my channel, I might go for 2 or 3 hours. That's a lot more. People do watch it, but it's fewer people are going to watch. That's a commitment, right? 3 hours, 4 hours, that's a big commitment. Did Daniel Battelle slip in here? Hey, Leathersmith Reviews, how's it going? Did the D-Man come in? Nope, I didn't see him. All right. Next question. From Josephine, do you know how I can use my phone as a camera input during a stream? I want more flexibility, being able to get in front of the window, for example, and more quality, preferably a wireless solution. Josephine, I don't know what the rest of your gear is. Maybe you're using OBS, maybe you're using Streamlabs, but I'll tell you what you can do. This is not a free solution, but let me pull it up right here. Boom. So this app right here on the left, it's called NewTek NDI. NewTek NDI. The way this works is if I were to tap on that right now, it would turn my camera into a video source and it would pull it into Streamlabs. It would pull it straight in, for example. And by the way, this has a microphone option. Access to the camera. Here, give me 1 second here. Allow. I'm going to turn off the audio. Give me a moment, and I'm just going to walk through this here. All right, so I think the audio is turned off, and I might have an NDI phone. Okay, so what happens once I turn that on? Give me a second here. I actually need to reset this. NDI in the phone. Yeah, I should have all of this stuff prepared and read everybody's minds to make sure that I to make sure I'm ready for this stuff. Let's see, NDI source. Why are you not showing up? Am I connected? Okay, well, the way it's supposed to work is it's supposed to actually come on and be a camera source. Right? And it's supposed, like, once it's a camera source, you can pull it in as a camera. For some reason, it's not working right now on mine. I just installed this on a different phone. I have it installed on this one. I believe it's still on here. Give me, maybe I can do it this way. 1 second. Because I want to show you how this thing works. Probably using the wrong one. I love doing this stuff on the fly. This is always fun. In the iPhone. Huh, nope. So neither one of these is working right now. Okay, it normally works. I'm not sure what's going on right now. But the way it works is inside of Streamlabs, it has a built-in plugin to where it works with the NDI filter. If you're using OBS, then you have to download the plugin and you have to put it in. There's another option here called, no, Screen Link just mirrors your screen. Okay, so you've got NewTek NDI, and that's probably about it if you're trying to pull this into OBS or Streamlabs. So that. Unprepared for that one. I love it, though. Keeps me on my toes. Bobstar X, what's going on, brother? Hey, Daisy Noib, how are you doing? I love that everybody keeps me on my toes. Next question. And by the way, Josephine, because I know we're talking on Twitter, hit me up on Twitter and I'll try to figure out why this isn't working and walk you through the process. Because if you tell me more about the process that you're doing, I might be able to come up with a better solution even. All right, next question is, let's see here. Why don't we grow? Okay, so this one's from the mocker. The question is, why don't we grow? You're not growing. Let me look at your channel really quick. You're not growing because you are not feeding YouTube correctly. Let me look at your stuff. Okay. Yes. Okay, so what I have for you. Man, I hate when I do that. I need to move my Be Right Back button because I accidentally keep hitting that. Hey, Edward Vane, what you need to do, you need to learn how to make custom thumbnails, because by letting YouTube select the thumbnail for your video, you're just auto-generating your thumbnail. Those are usually not going to get the most clicks. You also need to learn how to craft a great title. Go follow Brian G. Johnson. Go through the YouTube Creator Academy. Learn as much as you can. Follow my brother Nick. Try to learn as much as you can on how to write a good title and how to write a good description and how to make a good looking thumbnail. Those are the things you need to focus on right now. If you do those, eventually things are going to start to move for you if your video content is good as well. And you get better at making videos by repetition, seeing what people respond to, see what people don't respond to, and do more of what works. Edward Bain says, use Pixel Lab to make thumbnails. Yep, that's a great app. Next question. Should my thumbnails have the same look as my channel art? This is from Sam. I am Sam the Legend. Okay. They don't have to look the same as your channel art. However, in terms of just making your package look good, in terms of just having an overall, when somebody loads up your channel, people go, wow, it's a good looking channel. Doesn't have to look the same, but there should be some part of the header that you pull into your thumbnails just to have something where everything, it starts at the top and it pulls through your thumbnails. They don't have to look the same, but if you could use one graphic element, it could be a font choice, it could be a color choice, it could be some sort of a squiggle or a line that you might have in your channel art. Pull that down into your thumbnail so it doesn't have to look the same, but some of the elements are pulled down in there. Now, again, this is just kind of best practice. However, sometimes it's okay to break the rules. Like at the end of the day, what matters more than anything is what's going to give you the click. So if, on one hand, yes, try to come up with a look for your thumbnails. Like if you go to my channel, if you go to Nick's channel, go to, lots of channels out there that are growing, they're going to have a look to their thumbnails. You say, oh, that's Nick's thumbnail. Oh, that's Dee's thumbnail. It's a look. That's great if you can do that. But if you have to make thumbnails that might not necessarily look like the others, keep in mind the majority of the people watching your videos are probably not going to be subscribers. So if the important thing is getting that click. And this is where, if you had the TubeBuddy Legend package, this is where this really shines. You can A/B test your thumbnails. So you can load up different types of thumbnails, 2 at a time. And it tells you which one gets more clicks, which one gives you more watch time, which one brings you more subscribers. It's unbelievable. So if you have one set of one particular look of a thumbnail, and you're like, hey, I wonder if I change this look, would it be better? Well, TubeBuddy can let you know if it would be better or not. Or like, hey, I just want to I want to do a playlist full of thumbnails. I think Brian G. Johnson does this. He'll change thumbnails based on playlists because that's what works for him, right? If you look at some of his thumbnails, they don't necessarily look like his channel art, but they're getting clicks, and that's the most important thing. So there's the best practices side, which is, yeah, they should kind of have a similar vibe. But on the other hand, it's like, if you can come up with a design that actually gets more clicks, run with that. Matt Hayes says Brian G is the thumbnail master. Yeah, his thumbnails are great. They look great. Hey, Everton, man, I can't pronounce your name. Everton Paccio, how's it going? I'm your fan and friend. I always accompany you from Brazil, Florianopolis, and Santa Catarina. Big hugs, man. I've been to Brazil. It's been a while. I went to, of course, Rio and Sao Paulo and Bahia, Salvador, Bahia. Man, fantastic. Good times. I love the northern Bahia area. Next question. Man, I'm just thinking about Brian's thumbnails now. His thumbnails look so good. Go study and see what he's doing on his thumbnails. He changes them up. He's breaking them down on per playlist. It's really smart. Okay, this is a long one. Give me a second here. Okay, this one is from Ultra Vlogs, who says, sorry, my phone is messing up my spelling. But another thing I wanted to ask is, when you first started your channel and made your first video, did you think that you could make it on YouTube and become a really big YouTuber, or did you think that you would fail? I thought I would fail, but I'm almost at 300 subscribers, so hooray for me. And it seems that you're really close to 40,000 subscribers. Yeah, dude, hooray, or ma'am, hooray for you. 300 subscribers, that's fantastic. Everybody grows at a different speed, and there's no right or wrong. It's just the important thing is that you're growing. If you grew more this month than you grew last month, that's the important thing. When I started, I'll be honest, I wasn't looking at it in terms of, and I'm not a big YouTuber, but I wasn't looking at it in terms of I want to be a big YouTuber, or I wasn't even thinking I was going to fail. I don't want to, man, I hate to sound cocky, but I never have the mindset that I'm going to fail at things that I do. I just do them, right? Like I have faith in myself that even if I try something and it doesn't work out, I don't even look at it as a failure. I just look at it as, okay, that didn't work. How can I spin out of that to grab the next vine and do something else? So I don't think of it in terms of, you know, I'm going to do this and I'm going to fail. I never look at it that way. I look at something, and whatever that obstacle is, or whatever it is I'm going to do, I look at it and say, I'm going to try this. And I'm going to do the best I can at it. And then I go do that thing. Now, failure is that's a normal thing. Everybody fails at stuff, and I have failed at things. But I mean, that's where we learn. You know, you learn from the stuff. You know, you touch a hot pan on the stove, you failed, but you learned, oh, pans are hot when the stove is on, so you don't do that again. Same thing with, same thing with business, same thing with life, same thing with making content. You learn the hard way what not to do. And as Nick said, which is, it's very well said, you have the confidence that you can figure it out. So I don't think of, wow, I'm going to do that and I might fail. I'm like, okay, I'm going to give this, I'm going to do this for however much energy I'm going to put into this. And if that doesn't work out, it's going to work out. Like, I have confidence in myself that I can make something work out of that. So there's that. Yeah, like Andrew Can says, failures are not the end of the journey. That's the thing. If you do fail, and let's be honest, people fail. We do fail. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with failing. Just say, okay, why did I fail? Why did that not go the way I thought it was going to go? And you've got to learn from that. Then you start again. And you might fail again. And then you say, okay, you pick yourself back up, and then you fail again. Nick, remember Christian, brother Green, right? So I have a friend's father who is a very successful businessman back in the U.S., multimillionaire, but he's lost his millions and he's lost his empire multiple times. Multiple times he's lost it, went broke, but each time he's built it back larger than before, and he's learned from his mistakes to not do that again. And the last I heard, he's doing incredibly well now, but he failed and lost everything multiple times. And because of that, that's why he's succeeding now. Alfia Mindset says, I'm failing at commenting. Lily Tree, try, fail. Try again, fail better. That's right. Fail better. I love that. But hey, man, you got 300 subs. That's fantastic. Keep going. Hooray for you. Indeed, man. High five. And I would love to say I'm a big YouTuber, but I'm not. I'm just a dude doing his thing. And I'm blessed to have 40,000 subscribers. I'm very thankful. All right, next question. From Deb J TV, who says, is there a good lens that I can attach to my iPhone to get wider shots? Great question. So out of those of you in the audience right now who are mobile content creators, who uses a wide angle lens for your phone? Type in yes right now. And while you do that, I'm going to swap out a battery and I'm actually going to grab a couple lenses and we're going to talk about lenses here. So 1 second. Whoa. Wow, we had some technical difficulties there with the camera. I do apologize for taking longer than than normal. I just had to like unplug the camera and just live happens, folks. Okay, lenses. Let's talk about lenses. So I've got Sandmark lenses right here, and I've got Rhino Shield lenses right here. And your question, is there a good lens? So Rhino Shield makes a great lens, and let me show you guys how this works. Let me show you how this works. If you don't have a lens, if you've never used a lens, yeah, it's that sort of stream today, Josephine. So all the lenses will come with some sort of a case. So for the Sandmark case, and they're all fairly similar, it'll snap onto your phone, and then here you will screw the lens onto this, right? And usually the better, well, I'll say this, the more expensive lenses, they're a lot heavier. So let me screw this on. Right, so it screws on and it looks like this, right? And it actually adds quite a bit of weight to your phone with these lenses. Now the Sandmark lens and the Moment lenses, those are more on the pricey side. But what they do is they will give you a huge wide shot. Hold on here. Let me see. I'm not sure. We're going to try this here. I've never tried this. So here's what it looks like with this particular lens on right now. Right? Now watch what happens when I unscrew this lens. Look at how the view changes. You see how much tighter it gets on me? And it gets rid of all this extra room. So sticking it back on, right? You see how much more of the room that it actually picks up here versus with it off. And this is a really bad demonstration, but you get an idea. And to answer your question, does it help? Yeah, it can help. It can be really helpful depending on the type of content that you're shooting. One thing that's really great about wide angle lenses is when you have these on, like if you're vlogging, usually you have to vlog with the front cam, the selfie cam, to make sure that you're in the screen. But when you've got a wide angle lens on there, you can use the back screen, and for sure it's going to pick you up. And then when you put it in your video editor, if you're out of off-centered or something, you can just crop it inside your video editor. So lenses are awesome. In terms of brands, Sandmark, expensive. Moment, expensive. Moondog lenses, expensive. But they're quality lenses. They're heavy. They feel like they're quality lenses. They've got good glass inside of them. Now, Rhino Shield, it's the exact same thing, but their lens is not as heavy. It's a little bit, I'm not going to say it's a lesser quality, because when you put it on, the quality is actually amazing. It's really difficult to tell the difference. The average person, if I were to shoot 2 videos, and between the videos, I shot one video with the Sandmark, this one, and then I shot another one here with the Rhino Shield, the average person would never be able to tell the difference. You have to know what you're looking for in order to be able to tell the difference between an inexpensive lens. Now, there are a lot of crap lenses. If you are going to get an inexpensive lens, I do recommend Rhino Shield. I recommend Rhino Shield. They do sell the lenses, and they do sell individual cases, right? They come with the little cases, and they just screw in. Inexpensive, I think you can get a case and a lens for probably under $100. I would have to look and see what they're selling for these days, but they're pretty inexpensive, and the quality is surprisingly good on this. And this particular lens here, it's the 4K HD wide macro. It's this from Rhino Shield. Yeah, and no, this is not sponsored. I paid for the Sandmark. Now, Rhino Shield did send me this for free to check out, but it's not sponsored. So this is the lens. I do recommend it. It's great. I mean, by itself, I think the lens is around $60, but you do need their case. If you feel like you need a wide angle lens and you don't want to step up, because with the Sandmark, the case does come with the lens in the box, but I think I paid well over $100 for this. But the cool thing about the Rhino Shield is that it's a wide angle and it's a macro lens. It unscrews, so you've got the wide angle, but then you can unscrew it, then you got a macro lens. So if you want to take real extreme close-ups of flowers or insects or that sort of thing, you have the macro lens. Now, I will say the macro lens is not as good as the wide angle lens. The wide angle lens is actually pretty good. So hope that was helpful. Fly Ride, what are you going to try to add to your live streams? And I got a mess now on the table. I just made a mess. I got all these lenses and cases and boxes. Sound in the City, good morning. Thanks for stopping by. I'm selling lenses today. If you would like a lens, please leave a comment, and I'll be sure to hook you up with a lens. Fly Ride, what are you adding to? Oh, okay. So Fly Ride says, loves my anamorphic Moment lens. Yeah, the anamorphics are cool. I'm wanting to get my hands on one of those as well. Moment has one, and Sandmark just came out with one. Hey, Scarlet Rose, how are you doing? So, Debbie J TV, good lens, yeah. Moment, Sandmark, Moondog, but a good budget lens that still looks good, Rhino Shield. Next question from Javier Diaz, who says, for personal finance education, do you recommend continuing to use my name as my channel name or developing another brand name? I want to be known as a subject matter expert, but my name is very common. Okay, so Javier Diaz. If there are a lot of people named Javier Diaz, and you think that's going to cause a problem for you, then I would recommend... I'm all about using your name, right? That's why I chose my name instead of, the Master Your Mobile channel or something mobile related. Yeah, people see it and they know what it's about. But for me, building my own name was more important because I want to be known for whatever it is I want to be known for, right? I don't want my channel name Like, I don't want this channel with D Nimmin. I want D Nimmin, because then I'm not stuck. Like right now I'm mobile and people know me as mobile, but 5 years from now, you know, who knows what's going to happen? I could pivot and do something else, but I'm still D Nimmin. My channel can twist and turn and do all sorts of things, but I'm still D Nimmin. So in terms of a channel name, if it's common, like, do you have a middle name? Do you have a different way that you could spell your name? Or do you have a different name that you could use? Maybe use a different last name, or use your middle name as your last name, or think of a different way to spell it. You know, get creative with it. You don't have to use the exact spelling or the exact way that it's said. There's no rule on this. But if you do end up using a brand name, because I think Roger the Expert Plumber, see, this is how Roger has become known. He's the expert plumber, but Roger the Expert Plumber. That's how people get to know him. So if you can marry those two, that's fantastic. Hey, Roberto Blake in here. He says, Javier says, make a show, make a channel, make the channel your name, but become known as the host of the show. There you go. Excellent advice from Roberto Blake. Yeah, I love people using their names, but if your name is very popular, if there's a lot of Javier Diaz, yeah, add something to it. Add something to it to make it unique. Hope you're doing well, Roberto. Looking forward to seeing you here in a couple of weeks at VidCon. Next question. This one is from Star UK, Star TV. Okay, can you talk about 360 cameras and about VR stuff? Man, I would love to talk about 360 cameras and VR stuff. Unfortunately, I don't have any, so I can't help you with that. I know my brother Nick has a 360 camera. Roberto might have some 360 gear. I don't have any of that. So if there's anyone in the chat who does have 360 or VR gear who can help her out, speak now. Hey, Jason Gaiman, how's it going? Andrew Can, do you have any 360 gear? Roberta says, Gary Vaynerchuk has an impossible name to brand, but he figured it out and blew it up on the Ask Gary V show. Yep. Gary's awesome. Let's see. Next question. Is it more important to share individual videos or your channel as a whole? What's your goal? Like, if you're trying to, if you release a video and you want that view velocity, for the first 48 hours, you want to share that video. If you're sharing it out on Twitter or Facebook or wherever it is that you're going to share that video, you definitely want to share that out. It depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Let's next question here. Man, there's some weird questions in here tonight. Some of them are very crude. Be polite, people, when you're submitting questions in the forum. Please be polite. Let's see. I'm not sure if it's the intro. Okay, so this one is from Tim O'Laughlin, who says, my audience retention drops dramatically after 30 seconds or 1 minute. I'm not sure if it's the intro or if it's a drop off typical in the first 30 seconds to 1 minute. Should I ditch the intros? Test it. It very well could be your intro. I haven't watched your videos. If you're looking at any video and you're finding a drastic drop right at the beginning, test it. Go in and look at the graph. Say, okay, well, at 30 seconds, what am I doing at 30 seconds in? What am I doing at 1 minute in? And stop doing that. Test it and see if that happens. A lot of times, it can be the intro. Your intro could be too loud. It could be too long. People didn't come for your intro. They came for the content. They came for the value that that you're going to share with them. They don't come for the intro. A lot of people get caught up in thinking, I got to have an intro. I got to have an intro. Don't get me wrong. They can be cool. If they're done right, they can be, they can be very cool. I'm not against them, but don't think that you have to have one. Test it, see how it works with your audience. Freedom using Farm and Arbor says, D, what is the best external drive for Android? I believe SanDisk. The ones that I have for my iPhone, it's a SanDisk. Plugs right into it. I believe they make those for Android as well. I don't have one for my Android, but I think I've seen the SanDisk for Android. And just as a heads up, in theory, those things are great. in real life, I would say it works correctly 80% of the time. Sometimes there's problems with it, but when it works perfectly. Next question. This one comes from Bohemian Jackson. It says, do you have any good YouTube video editing apps for Android? Okay, Android video editing apps, KineMaster, Power Director. Those are probably my two favorites. Of course, those are not free apps. If you want to remove the watermark, they'll let you use the watermark for free. But if you want to remove the watermark, which you should, it is going to cost you money. If you need something free, look at Vlogit, or you could look at Filmora Go. I believe Filmora Go puts maybe a 1 second video clip at the end of your video. They just flash their logo up there for like a second or two. Great app. ASAMYT says, I'm doing all my best to grow my channel. I can't get enough views or subscribers. What should I do? I'm going to pull your channel up right here and take a look at it. See what you're doing on your channel. Okay, so it looks like you took a huge break. You were uploading about a year ago, and then you just stopped uploading. So what you need to do is you need to go upload a lot of videos. You need to be consistent. If you uploaded like a month ago, then you uploaded 2 months ago, then you uploaded a year ago, you're not going to grow if you're not consistent. Go upload 50, 100, 150, 200 videos, make great titles, great looking thumbnails. But if you're not consistent, you're not going to get the growth that you want. You have to show up. You got to put in the work, man. You got to be consistent. Just randomly throwing stuff up, you're not going to get. Think of it like this. If you just went to the gym occasionally, and let's say you wanted to lose weight and you wanted to put on some muscle, right? You want to get those guns. You just occasionally went to the gym. You occasionally ate right. You occasionally ate enough protein. You're not going to get where you want to go. You have to be strict with your diet. You need to go to the gym regularly. You need to learn how to do the correct exercises to hit the correct muscles that you want to grow. You've got to learn how to do all this stuff, and you've got to show up and be consistent. If you stop going to the gym, all that muscle that you built is going to go to flab. Isaacs wants D's abs. You can have them, man. I got plenty of abs to go around. Hey, YouTube is no different. YouTube is no different than anything else that you would do in life. If you want to get great at playing football, you got to practice football. You got to learn the skills to play football. You know, making content is no different. You just got to do it over and over and over and over. Grabster says, or Graham Stern says, I got myself a new banner because the old one was simply outdated. Would love a quick look on both a phone and Android. Graham Stern sends his regards. Okay, Graham Stern, I am going to pull you up, but I need a second here because when I was talking about the lenses, I pulled everything apart so I could help her out. So give me just a moment, Grabster, and we will get you pulled up here and check out what everything looks like on both an Android and the iPhone. Hey, Hybrid Steel, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing well. Okay, so on my iPhone, give me just 1 second, Hybrid, or Grabster, sorry, Graham Stern. Grabster, let's get you pulled up there, and then we'll get you pulled up on the Android. Grabster, boom. All right, Grabster. So for both of these, let's get you pulled up. So that's how it looks on my iPhone and on the Android. Everything fits, looks good. I will say that the small text Android design how to filled with laughs and bad puns, I can read it. I can read it. However, if it was, man, if you went any smaller, I would not be able to read it. And if I maybe had a few drinks, I would definitely not be able to read it. So maybe think about, I mean, it looks cool, but if you really want people to see it, I'd maybe enlarge that just a little bit. But I'm splitting hairs with you. It looks good either way. You know what? What do you guys think? Do you guys think the text is too small? Can everybody read this? The text on the right. Can you read it or not? Oops. iPhone just went to sleep. Let's see what everybody says. Isaac says the text is too small, dude. Edwin says too small. Midnight Madness with his old man eyes says, I can't read it. Dr. Stin. Yeah, exactly. This looked great on the Discord when we looked at the graphic individually. But now that we're looking at it on a device, yeah, I think it's too small. So there you go, Graham Stern. All right, next question. This one comes from Matt again. Hold on. It's more important to have your channel or the professional or to get your channel. Okay, Matt Hayes says, and this is a great question, is it more important to have your channel art look professional or to get your channel purpose across? That's a fantastic question. And while it is important to make sure everything looks as good as it can look, nothing is going to trump the message that you're sharing or the story that you're trying to tell, the value that you're giving people. If I had to choose value or channel art, hands down value. I've never unsubscribed or subscribed to a channel. I probably have subscribed to a channel because their channel art looks so amazing and their thumbnails look so good. I'm like, okay, their stuff's probably gonna look good. I'll subscribe and come back and watch your content later. I've probably done that, but that's probably not the norm for my habits. But if I land on somebody's channel and it looks somewhat decent, somewhat looks like it's being held together, but they're giving me value, they're giving me why I came there. You said this is what this video is about and you gave it to me, and the way you say it resonates with me. I don't care what your channel art looks like at that point. Best practices says, yeah, make it all look good. And you should. But if you got to choose, man, value what your channel's about. Yeah, it's going to win always. Because that's what all of this is about. No one is coming on YouTube to check out your channel art. Nobody, ever. It's not going to happen. Everyone is on YouTube looking for something, how to do something, how do I fix something, how to make something better. Why is this? Why is that? They want to hang out with people. They want to get to know. Everybody has a reason for coming to YouTube, and a channel art is not one of the, not one person's going to come looking for channel art. Let's see. Okay, so Mason Summers says, do you have any tips for nailing consistent-ish viewer numbers? Mine fluctuate massively with no real reason why. It can be less than 20 or more than 1,000. Mason Summer, usually there's a couple things here. One, are you uploading at the same time? Are you changing the days that you're uploading on? Are you changing the times that you're uploading on? Topic has a lot to do with it as well. Like I'm looking at your channel right here. By the way, I'm going to pull you up, man, because I think this looks really good. Give me 1 second, Mason. Mason Summers. Let me see if I can find you here. Boom. Let me get you pulled up. Mason Summers. Okay. Everything. Oh, man, I like that. Mason Summers tutorials, films, motivation. I'm subscribing. I'm subscribing because, right, this is exactly what I just talked about. I pulled it up and I saw it on the browser first, so I saw more of the videos, but it looked well done. It looked professional, right? Like that thumbnail looks good. These thumbnails look really good to me. So I'm going to guess that his videos are probably going to be good. So I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to come back later and watch them. If they're not good, I'm going to unsubscribe, but I'm checking it out because it looks good. So for me, I have the same thing. Like I have some videos that do incredibly well. Like my top video, I think is over 600 or 700,000 views right now. But I have another video, which is my worst video, that hasn't even broken 1,000 yet. And I knew it was going to tank when it came out, but it was a video that I wanted to make. Sometimes you got to throw those out there. So my worst video hasn't hit 1,000 yet, and it's like 2 months old. My best video is over 600,000, and I have everything in between. Lots of videos are 30,000, 50,000. Some videos are, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. So a lot of it is topic. Topic can play a huge role in this. A lot of it is your thumbnail. If you have some videos that are underperforming, go look at the thumbnail. What's the CTR like on the thumbnail? The topic that you've made the video on, are there a lot of people searching for that particular topic? What time are you uploading your videos? Are you uploading consistently at the same time? Are you uploading at the right time zone? You can go into analytics, you can see what time zone of the people in what part of the world, let's use the United States, you can see, okay, well, I'm getting most of my traffic coming from California or Texas. Okay, well then I can make sure that I'm uploading when they're waking up in the morning. So when they wake up, bam, they get my notifications coming in, and then they get my content. But if you're uploading for a different time zone, and then there's somebody, a different time zone that's watching your content even more, you could be missing out. The days of the week can be important. You've got to test all this stuff. Test your thumbnails. Test the times that you upload the content. Test the days of the week that you upload the content. And again, topics. I wish that every video that I put up was great in terms of views, but I know, okay, I'm going to put this video up because I want to make this video. It's probably not going to do great. However, it'll probably do all right. And every now and then, you get surprised. I've had my top video, and this is a funny story that I've told before, my top video by views is a video that I almost didn't make because I didn't think that anyone would want to watch it. I didn't think anybody would care about how to activate dark mode in YouTube on Android. Didn't think anybody would care. But I love dark mode, so I thought, I'm just going to throw this up. It's an easy video to make. I'm going to make it. I'm just going to try it out. Made it, threw it up there, 600,000 views later. So, you don't know. Lots of testing, man. Lots of testing. But I'm going to come in and actually dig into your channel because it looks like you got some cool stuff. I would say, too, man, just keep going. Looking at your thumbnails here, you clearly know what you're doing with the thumbnails. Your titles look good. I don't know if the titles are good for your channel. That's something that TubeBuddy can really help you with. If you don't have TubeBuddy, put it in. Learn how to use the Keyword Explorer. There's a link in the description below for that. Learn how to use the Keyword Explorer tool to make sure you get the right titles for your channel. And let me see how long you've been going here. You've been going for, okay, so you've been at this for about 9 months. Yeah, keep at it, man. Keep at it. It looks like you've done a shift too. It looks like you started vlogging. I got a speeding ticket. They had lemurs. So it looks like you started as a vlogger and you've kind of transitioned into teaching people how to make content, do time lapses and that sort of thing. So that could be part of it as well, because you're kind of doing that shift in a short amount of time. So test all those things that I mentioned and just keep making content. I think you'll get there because the stuff that you're making now looks pretty good. Next question. This one comes from Once or Twice. It says, what's the best streaming app for mobile video games? As a mobile streamer, I would say look at Omelet Arcade, look at Streamlabs. I would say check out those two first. Omelet Arcade and Streamlabs. Beefy Prepper the Gold Digger, name of the day, Beefy Prepper the Gold Digger, says, my content is about gold prospecting. I thought about branching out into survival as well. Is that a bad idea? Not necessarily. What I would, because gold prospecting, you might find that a lot of people who are into that might also well be into prepping and survival and that sort of thing. Here's what I would do. I would make a video or two and test it out and see how your audience responds. You'll find out really fast. Like if you have an active community and they're into you, then they're going to be okay. Well, we'll take whatever. But I know some people who are into gold prospecting and they're also preppers and they're also survivalists. So I'm thinking that it's probably going to work, but do a couple of them and see how they react. If they don't react well to it, like, boo, that's not why we're here, then consider starting a second channel for that. Unless you want to do a hard pivot and just go in that direction. That's entirely up to you. But my bet is that they're probably going to like it. I don't know if Ed is here. Is Ed in the house tonight? Oh, okay. I don't think he's in here. I thought I saw him here earlier. Yeah, if you're on the fence about it, just do it. You know what? Just make a video. Make a video and just put it out there and see how they respond. You're going to find out really fast. And it's not the end of the world. You know, if you put up 1 or 2 videos and they're just not into it, that's fine. Then, you know, just get back on your regular scheduled program. 1 or 2 videos, 10 videos, you know, that's not going to tank your channel. No, Matt, I haven't seen any bears today. Scrap and Pallet Man says, is there any downside to channel memberships? Extra work for members, etc. I don't have access to channel memberships yet. Nick has access to channel memberships, but I can tell you that where I am, I'm in the process of opening up my Patreon. And then we just found out yesterday that YouTube is now coming out with, well, they've already got it out for some creators. Travis MCP has it. They have tiers now for some people for members. Scrap and Pallet Man, if you haven't seen that yet, go over and check out Travis MCP on Twitter. And he posted a screenshot yesterday of what he has inside of his memberships now. Basically, they're going head to head with Patreon and allowing people to join members as tiers. And so, yeah, you can join as tiers. You can do members only live streams now. You can add member videos, members, in your community feed. You can mark everything as members or public. So this is really cool. But somebody brought up a very important point in our live stream last night. First of all, it's really convenient for people to do things on YouTube. It's kind of like the one-click thing, right? It's convenient. Your stuff's already entered inside of your credit card information. It's easy for people to do it in YouTube. YouTube takes more money. However, you're putting all of your eggs inside of the YouTube basket at that point. Let's just say theoretically you had a Patreon account, and I'm not saying one way is better than the other. This was brought to our attention last night during the live stream, and it just gave me something to think about. If you did everything inside of YouTube, they've got your ad money, they've got your super chat money, now they've got all of your members and your various tiers. What if you accidentally got demonetized for whatever reason? What if you had an accidental community guideline strike and they, you know, your monetization's turned off for them? And that happened to Brian G. Johnson, right? He got hit for something stupid. I don't even know if it was legit or not. And, you know, he was down for a little bit a while ago. So if you've got all your eggs in that basket and you're counting on that money, that could be a real kick, you know? But if you've separated that and you've got some on Patreon and you've got some on YouTube, if one of them were to fail, yeah, it's going to hurt, but it might not hurt as much. So I guess it depends on how much you're depending on the money. If you're like living on that money, might be smarter to diversify a little bit. Leathersmith Reviews says, did YouTube email you at 10,000 to DIY your own play button at 10K? No, they did not. They did not. I saw you made a leather play button for your friend. That was pretty cool. Yeah, man, it's food for thought. Like I said, I don't know if there's a right or wrong here. What I'm probably going to do, because if they're going to have out the member tiers for YouTube, I'll probably do two different things to where it makes sense. Like if you want to support me on YouTube, this is what I can offer you on YouTube. If you want to support me on Patreon and be part of what I'm doing on Patreon, I'm going to offer something completely different on Patreon, because I don't want people to say, well, you know, why should I join one when I don't want people to struggle with what they want to do. I'm going to have very clear things. So whatever works best for you, then you can decide which one is going to work out. Instead of trying to, well, it's kind of the same thing. I'm going to try to eliminate that, you know, and then build them both up. And if something happens with one of them, then you still got the other. Patreon. Beauty Family. Yeah, go to Google and type in Patreon, or mods if one of you want to drop a link into Patreon. Isaac says, why do people trust YouTube? That's a great question. People trust YouTube because you don't have a lot of options. If you want to be a creator, you want to be on the YouTube platform, you got to have some level of trust with them, especially if you're going to be monetized. But YouTube makes mistakes. Everybody here probably has seen tweets or websites or videos about somebody who has incorrectly had their channel deleted, or they had false copyright claims or strikes, you know, filed against them. YouTube makes mistakes. You know, Google, they've got computers running the place, right? They have an AI that's making decisions and deleting things. I mean, you know, accidents happen. But if you want to be on the platform, there has to be a certain level of trust. Ratty Star gave a super chat last week, but you don't think you did it. Yeah, my My battery died, Ratty Star. Let me get you pulled up here, man. Hold on. If I remember right, you wanted me to look at your new thumbnails, if I'm not mistaken, Ratty Star. Let's have a look really quick. Ratty Star, let me know exactly what it was. I don't remember. I think it was you want me to look at your new thumbnails. Let me know what that was, Ratty Star. I'll keep an eye out for you. Caccio Films HD says, what are we talking about? We are talking about YouTube. We are talking about things, all things mobile content creators, all things mobile YouTubers, and I'm answering questions. And I'm going to leave this up, Ratty Star, while you get back to me and let me know what it is you want me to look at. Next question. Reaction Reaper says, what would be the best thing to make a viewer excited about your video? The best thing to have somebody excited about your video is to give them a video that is exactly what they're looking for. Give them a video that's going to make, because if you're doing a reaction channel, then you need to be really good at doing reactions, right? Like if I don't watch reaction videos, but if YouTube suggested something to me and it was a reaction video, that was something that I was interested in. And this, I think Nick recommended to you to go look at trends. Go look at trending topics and make reactions to all those trending things. Trending movie trailers, trending movies, trending sports, whatever. Follow those trends and do reactions to them. Like if YouTube said, hey, here is a reaction video to somebody watching the new Star Wars trailer, I might watch that. And if it was a really well done reaction video, I mean, I'm not into them, so I probably wouldn't subscribe, but I'd probably keep watching. If it, if you did it well, make me laugh, entertain me, make me feel something, make me think, wow, that was really good video. But good thumbnail starts with a good thumbnail, starts with a good title. But for reaction, man, yeah, your thumbnail. If you're like, okay, I'm doing a Star Wars reaction, and you had a great thumbnail where I just like, man, I got to click on that, right? There's somebody's face making some wah, or there's Chewbacca or whatever it is you want to put in the thumbnail, to where I have to click on that. That would get me excited. It's a hard question to answer, but give them what they want. Let me read this next question here. Advice from Inspired John. This one's out of my reach here. You say, my friend Yankees Outdoor Adventures has been shadow banned, so he cannot chat on a live stream. YouTube cannot seem to resolve this issue. Do you have any advice for him? Yeah, keep going. I would say keep talking to different people. Don't stop. Keep talking to different tech supports. Keep reaching out to everyone that you can. All it takes is one person to actually solve the problem. If they can solve it somehow, you just got to keep reaching out, keep talking to different people. Like every day, I would just nonstop. I would try to talk to somebody different to see if they can see something that other people haven't. Unfortunately, I don't have an answer beyond that. But it's like anything else with tech support or any problem that you have with anybody, right? Like anytime I've tried to call, for a policy or for a bank, I did it again. I got to move this button. The same thing happened to Parrot. Oh, Nick, is that what happened to Parrot Town? Did they ever get that resolved, Nick? I don't know if I haven't seen Parrot Town around in a long time, so I'm not sure if they got that resolved or not. But like, if you're going to call the bank and like, oh, it's against our policy. Okay, hang up. I'm going to call right back again. It's against our policy. Okay, I'm going to hang up. I'm going to call right back again. I'm going to keep calling people until hopefully somebody can tell me yes. So Parrot Town did not get that resolved. Oh man, that's terrible. Yeah, wow, that's terrible. They still can't. They can't even comment in their own streams. That's terrible. Enzo Pilato, what's the best thumbnail maker? If you're doing it on a phone, I would say Pixel Lab or PixArt. Yeah, that's terrible. It's a growing issue. Yeah, that's terrible. Okay, here's the thing, right? Like all your eggs in the YouTube basket. Boom, you can't comment in your live streams anymore. Not a big deal, but what if you're a live streamer? What if you make your money live streaming? You can't comment. You can't interact with people through text. Yeah. A lot of talking you got to do. Hopefully something else doesn't break. Stuff like that is scary. Those are the things that you can't control, and that's kind of terrifying. So Ratty Star and no premieres. Okay. Ratty Star, what was it you wanted? I need to go back and look here. I'm scrolling backwards. Ratty Star, you said, just wanted your opinion in general of my overall look on the channel. Okay. I don't remember what it used to look like. But overall look, Fallout 76, exploring the wasteland together, build guides, tips and tricks. I dig that. Channel art, love it. Starter guide, right at the top. I dig that. Uploads, how to get acid and Fallout. I like your thumbnails. I'm curious if you've tested to find out if the blue colors perform better than the gold colors or not. Or if there's any particular reason why you're doing the blue. Is it a playlist thing? Patch updates. 7 videos. Exclusives. Let's see here. Watch one of these. AirPlay. Come on, AirPlay. Turn off. Yeah, so this is another problem that I've got. So when I go to open up your descriptions now, because of this problem that I'm having with my connector, you guys can't see the descriptions anymore. It just shows up. See, connected to AirPlay. How can I turn this off? I can't. This is so weird. So I'm looking at your description. You guys can't see it. This is really stupid problem that I've got. So I'm looking at this. I would say how to build a brain Fallout 76 videos going to show you how to Brahmin Fallout. Yeah. Please subscribe here for the content. Channel members. You've got channel members. What? How did, wow, so you've got 2,400 subscribers and you've got channel members. That's awesome. I'm almost 40,000 and I don't have channel members yet. Follow me on Twitter. Check out my follow list, playlist. Yeah, man, I love it. Descriptions look good. Support the channel by donating the following links. So one thing I would do, Ratty Star, is down at the bottom where you ask people to support your channel for buying something, I would remove that. You don't want to tell people, like Amazon can be really finicky about that. You don't want to tell people, you know, like support the channel by buying these things. Just remove that and just put your affiliate disclaimer, letting people know that you will earn a small commission from the products if they buy from the links. But you don't want to say things like support my channel by clicking on the links and buying things. But yeah, everything else looks great, dude. I'd love to pull up the description here, but I can't. I don't know why it doesn't allow that anymore. Yeah, I do have the community tab, but I don't have members yet. Have a good one, Leathersmith. Gamers get access to members at 1,000. Bah, didn't know that. Should have been a gaming channel. All right, so REB, I think you dropped a super chat earlier for me to look at your channel. So let me see here. REB, you said that you are now looking at the lens, and I'm not sure if there was anything else. Well, hold on. I'm going to look for you by channel. Let's see what we got here, REB. There you are. So I know the thing we had with you before is that you were never looking at the lens. So channel art, boom, you're looking at the lens now. Cool. Profile picture, I can't tell. Channel trailer, yep, you got eye contact. Yep, you changed it, man. Good job. Yeah, so the thing with REB in the past was that all of his pictures, he was looking at the viewfinder, right? He wasn't giving the eye contact, and that eye contact is really important because you want to make that human personal connection with the end viewer. So yeah, man, REB, right on, dude. He had tons of green in the channel art. What are you talking about, Hybrid? I'm still waiting for mine to click in. You just tweeted YouTube again. Okay, so I think that was that. Okay, I want to thank everybody who hung out with me today. It was a not so long stream, 2 hours and 20 minutes, a little bit shorter than usual. I'm going to get off here because it is now almost 1 o'clock. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the laughs. Thanks for the bear attacks, RPM Nexus. Thanks, Nick, for hanging out the entire time. Much appreciated. I will be back Saturday streaming with Nick on Nimmin Live. We're going to be bringing the wheel, the VIP man wheel. And I'll be back here again next Sunday. You guys have an awesome, awesome week. And I will see you guys next time.